And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. It's The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, and Big J. Oakerson is missing. Am I worried? Yes. Do I know he was on Joe Rogan today? Yeah. But I don't know what happened in Jay's head. He could have been halfway to the studio and thought, you know what? I don't want to do this show anymore. Fuck this shit. He could have just drove off. Just out there on the desert. Think about it. The gloves would finally make sense after all these years. Those are just hightailing, get the fuck out of here gloves. I'm saying, campers, there's a good chance. And Christine. Christine's here. He left Christine.
Yeah, he left me and moved on.
He just moved on. This was it. He set it up. He set us all up, campers.
Me, I understand, but Jay would never leave you.
I don't know. I don't know what's right now.
I think he's coming.
I don't know. There's been no contact? On all of the days, Corey Feldman's in an incident. We need Jay more than anything. And this motherfucker just leaves? A son of a Gary never becomes a Gary. And that's what the fuck's happening right now. I'm terrified. I'm in this LA studio, which could also double as fucking Christian Slater's studio from the, see, this is why I need Jay. He knows the names of
Pump up the volume.
You're the volume, Lou. We're all the volume. I'm fucking losing it, man. I don't like LA. It's hot for no reason. It's supposed to be hot in the summer. That's where hot lives, not in the spring.
I went on a hike today in Runyon Canyon.
None of this makes sense. I don't like any of this. Christine's hiking. She came back to full California version. If Jay was here, he would say something mean to her that would keep her in her New York version. But now she's back to being arrogant California Christine.
Soder, say something mean.
No, I can't. That's why Jay's got to be here. He knows the names of stuff. He knows when to be mean to Christine. He drives the horses. I'm just a fucking politician. I'm here to shake hands and kiss babies. We know I'm here, throwing some silly voices, some winks and some nudges. I mean, I think it is a pretty accurate breakdown of this show. I know we're joking around that Jay's gone now. We're gonna have to find a new Jay.
Yeah. Submissions for new Jay. You can submit to be new Jay and submit to fuck Jacob.
Yeah, you can fuck, and by the way, if you fuck Jacob, you get in the top 5 of new Jays, because that's what Jay would have done if he wasn't in a relationship with Christine. Jay would have took it right in the can, right for Jacob's love. So at, the Bonfire, at Sirius XM, to be the new Jay. I need to know your glove size. I need to know if you're cool with chain wallets. Yeah, Y or N on chain wallet. Listen, we gotta recreate them. We're gonna have Frankenstein them. Maybe we'll have people come in as like, Jacob, is this as disappointing as when they, changed out what's the name? Santini?
Santini Air.
Santini Air. Are you as mad as Jay not showing up as when they fucking killed off Santini in a shitty way?
It's not.
Why are you wheezing like that? Why are you wheeze laughing? God, the opiates have really gotten into your blood. You're withering away while Jay and I are here. By the way, Jay just left me out here now. Now I don't even know how to get back. I don't know how to travel unless Jay instructs me. People don't realize this about it. Yeah, so we just killed off Jay like Santini. Well, we didn't kill off Jay. Jay left. So Santini Air. Who do we replace it with?
I don't know.
James Adomian's impression of Jay?
Does James Adomian do an impression of Big J?
He does.
He really does?
Yeah.
How do I not know? I love James Adomian, and I'm surprised I didn't know that.
It's pretty funny. Just like he smokes and says stuff about donkey dicks.
Yeah. Does he have the actual tone of Jay?
Not really.
Okay.
It's more physical.
Because sometimes
do Big J.
What I love about James Adomian is he'll nail a voice in exactly how it sounds, and I'm a sloppy voice guy. I just yell a lot. And, oh yeah, we're going on Jason Ellis' show, for everyone that was wondering. We're going on tomorrow at 12:30.
12:30 to 1:15.
To 1:15. We got, it was one of those weird things where we were coming in the studio and they're like, hey guys, you guys coming on? You're like, yeah, what? Jacob's email went through. We'll be there tomorrow, partying, total party. Well, I'll be there, cause Jay's gone. I didn't break kayfabe. I bet Jay's just driving, listening to the show. Oh my God!
Well.
We already sent out for your replacements.
Look who's back.
Who do we get?
We don't know. We're gonna fucking, I said if they fuck Jacob, they would automatically get in the top 5 of new Jays.
Oh, it's true.
Cause that's what you would do for Jacob.
Soder thought you went Gary on him.
Yeah. I said a son of Gary never goes full Gary.
Will you know Skype today?
No Skype. I didn't feel it was necessary. Things are different. I'm being nice to Christine. Christine got cocky about a hike. I said if Jay was here, he would shut this down immediately.
Oh, you started talking about your hike? You were really proud of it?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What'd you do?
She hiked.
We hiked. It was like rock climbing.
Did you shower afterwards and everything?
Yep.
Really?
That's
You're
what,
all done?
That's the J I needed. I needed a subtle shower question.
You already showered?
Well, I said I wasn't going to shower. I thought I was just going to hike and come here and shower after.
So you probably didn't really hike that long then, really.
We hiked for like an hour.
That's a good hike.
Oh, yeeps. 1 whole hour?
Guys, can I just say it feels good that everyone's back?
Yeah.
Dude,
I came here, I rushed here from Joe Rogan.
Legion of Skanks on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, it was fun. But Joe Rogan assured me I would be here with it was too much time I was giving myself. And what am I going to do, fight him? So I just...
Oh, dude. Yeah, chair shot. So you got to go WWE with Rogan. He's too trained.
Then I get in here, by the way, and, the elevator, they have to set it so you can come up. And they didn't. And then right when I pushed the button and realized it wasn't working, then I sneezed. Dan Soder, I think in the back of my head, always telling me, stop holding that sneeze back so hard.
You got to let it out.
So I lay a nice boog slide right down my fucking face. Yeah. And then I have to run around, wiping on my hands. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. It was a whole ordeal.
Well, welcome back, buddy.
Thank you.
And it's a big day today.
It is.
We got a guest coming in at 4.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
But most importantly, breaking news from last night.
Breaking.
I mean, it's breaking news. I woke up to it. The way I woke up to the movie theater shooting in Aurora happening, where I'm like, whoa, what happened? Do I know?
I saw the number in my Twitter, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, did I get famous last night? Did I do something awesome?
Does everyone realize that I'm a genius overnight?
Did everyone figure it out? Like,
everyone finally figured it out. But woke up, checked my phone, and there it said, Felldog allegedly stabbed. That's how the morning started. It started that he was stabbed by a man, who approached his car as Felldog called him a wolf pack of men, 3 or 4. Yeah.
I woke up to a text from Rob Mayu.
Okay.
Said, Feldman got stabbed. And I was like, what? And then I went on social media and I saw all the hubbub. But I read one short story.
Short story is a perfect way to put it.
One short article, I should say, about it. That said, basically, he came in saying he got attacked and stabbed. And that the doctors were like, well, where's knife hole?
Oh, you don't understand. I'm an actor. I can get fake stabbed. I've died several times.
What if he goes, he only stabbed him in holes he already has?
Yeah.
He got me in the mouth sideways.
Perfect. And an ice pick that went just a little bit into my nose.
He got my butthole with some sort of a long nail.
Yeah, Felddog went to the hospital. And they immediately were like, you don't have a stab wound. And then I like the way the article I read, Corey Feldman's spokesperson was like, and then the doctor said, well, it might be a needle stab wound. And they're like, oh, everyone did that thing where they go, yeah, that's it. We're like trying to find an excuse.
I found a little something.
Yeah, so now they're checking his blood to make sure he wasn't poisoned. Because they're going to take him out the way the Russians take out their former spies.
Someone's trying to poison Corey.
They're trying to Litvinenko fucking Corey Feldman.
So this is going on currently?
Yeah, I mean, he's been released.
So I guess his blood wasn't poisoned.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But they said that he was released from the hospital and he's back at home recuperating. I love that.
So he wasn't poisoned, I guess.
I don't know, but his picture's him in the hospital bed and you're like, you're such a dramatic...
Owie. Oh, F-Dog got an owie.
Yeah, well, they said his stomach was red. He just could have gave himself a body glove.
He gave himself a pink belly?
Yeah, he just pink bellied it. Just like,
Angels, pink belly me. I'm hitting the ER.
Quick, I'm gonna lift my stomach up. Pink belly. Play it like a drum. Play it like the drum you can't play.
Go ahead, girls. Wail off on this thing. I'm getting ready to hit the ER.
Slap me like a real piece of bacon. Slap it around.
Really tenderize my tum-tum.
He goes, and I was slap stabbed. Mr. Feldman, that's not a thing. Dude, what's funny is you go to the hospital.
When you're dealing with wolf packs, it is.
Well, you ever been bit by a wolf? Have you ever had impenetrable skin like I do?
You know, I was attacked by a wolf pack, and you probably can't see a hole because they gave me their werewolf powers of rejuvenation. The wound has healed itself.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm Wolverine.
Do me a favor. What's today? The 29th? Oh man, you better chain me to a furnace. I'm about to turn.
Tell all the night nurses to look out. I'm going to be a real problem come sundown.
Get away. Get away, Courtney. I said get
I'm turning. I know you're not. Corey, you're fine.
Do we not have the sound, the thing? The clip of Michael Jackson when he was doing the, I know this is one of Jacob's favorite things in the world too. When, I'm turning. When he's filming the werewolf change in Thriller and they're telling him to make, we've talked about it on the show, but yeah, he's like, ow!
Ouch! They do it on, it's on YouTube.
Ow!
It's so funny.
Michael, alright Michael, now you're turning again. Hachi machi. No, you can't use that. That's in the critic.
They just turn it to like.
All right, guys, let's take the effects off that.
I'm turning. This is the dog in the hospital.
Yeah.
Those tweets.
Yeah. By the way, all caps and still using.
By the way, campers.
I was attacked tonight. Number 2 NITEs.
When you've been attacked and you still use the douche code?
Yeah.
By the way, campers who tweet this at us, man, there's a lot of us who are just tweeting like, I got a lot of tweets like, dude, did you see this? And then it just says, this tweet is unavailable. Everyone knows step one of becoming a camper is getting blocked by the fel dog.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll go out of your way to get it, but you know.
No, but he put emojis in it.
Right.
Like he really did.
He said, I'm in the hospital. I was attacked tonight. A man opened my car door and stabbed me with something. Please say prayers for us. Thank God it was only myself and my security in the car when 3 men approached while security was distracted. With a guy pulled up and attacked. With a car pulled up and attacked. Yeah, but he wrote that sentence like an idiot. W-A guy, a part. With a guy, a car pulled up. Oh, when a guy. Sorry, I don't know abbreviation text.
No, I don't know.
W-A guy A.
And attacked me. I'm okay.
Guy A pulled up. Guy B took off.
I love that a security team they're like 3 idiots that get distracted like in movies where they go, do you guys want to see this? They go, well, I guess.
He goes, who's that girl over there who's selling free car washes with that big soapy sponge?
Hey, who's that sexy girl rabbit? They get distracted like Elmer Fudd.
Wily Coyote.
Yeah, they get cartoon distracted. Oh, that buxomy girl rabbit looks like she's
cool. You're good here for a minute, right? Because I can't help but want to go see what's going on. That sexy ass rabbit.
I mean, you see the lips are all big and kissable, Corey? How can I
dressed like a shepherd's daughter. The big fucking
the butt moves.
Hello, boys.
Hey, security, where you guys at? Damon, Jacob. I
love it. I love the security team's a bunch of dimwits. They're dumber than him.
Damien, Michael, Thomas.
Where are you? You're all trained in Krav Maga. What are you doing? Oh,
I don't know. I'm trying to talk. I saw my future wife. Oh.
Oh no, now you're a wolf. They're all wolves.
You turned my own security team against me.
How dare you?
That's because your security team's out waiting in the lobby. Get them out of here before nightfall.
Oh no, I'm not gonna have the blood of thousands on my hands.
I'm their alpha.
Yeah. If I die, they all turn back to regular. Because they're my security team.
People have been trying to kill me to turn the whole fleet back.
Yeah, I can't. I have too much power.
I must get back to my pride of women.
Yeah, so that's pretty fucking crazy. I like that he just went in and...
No stab wounds.
There it is.
Turn it around. Bring it down again. We'll do it again. We're still rolling. You need more spritz. Okay. Whoa. What was that? All right, cut.
When we get back...
Yeah?
When we get back to... We have to add that to a fisting porn. What the reaction should be.
And then can we turn all fisting porn into werewolf sounds to muffle theirs? It's like,
once they start fucking.
Here it is. Yeah, play that.
Whoa. What was that? All right, cut.
All right, let's fist them. All right.
Turn it around.
Yeah, it's in there deep. Oh, sorry, buddy.
We'll do it again. We're still rolling.
Let me just pull a little out.
Let me do it again. I'll do it again. I'll spit on it more.
Yeah.
Whoa. What was that?
That's so right.
Bring it down again. We'll do it again.
So he wasn't stabbed, and he wasn't penetrated by a needle, but his security got distracted.
Is this illegal?
What, just like lying?
Just to go to the hospital?
I don't know if, did he lie? Because now they're saying it was a road rage incident, but then Corey keeps saying it's because he outed his abusers.
Hollywood pedophile homos are stabbing me with invisible knives.
You don't know about Hollywood. Still more details, but nothing from the police yet.
Never know.
There were 3 men, but only one attacked. Corey Feldman rushed to hospital after being stabbed by 3 men in a murder attempt.
Alleged. I mean, they gotta be saying alleged, right? I mean, it's just him.
They want to stop him from making...
Well, that's from his men.
Where the fuck...
He was in Tarzana.
Where in the world...
Like, don't you deserve to get attacked if you're in Tarzana? I don't know all that stuff.
Where in the world is...
Carmen Sandiego?
When you're in a car, are you really not filmed in some way? How's there not, like...
Yeah, stop, like...
footage?
Yeah.
I mean, there's...
Well, there's gotta be.
They film everything.
Do you think a guy just stopped him and tried to tickle him, and he took it as a stabbing? Stop!
Hey, Feldog, big fan, let me Zerbert you.
Raspberries.
Ow!
Stop!
Ow!
Ow!
You're stabbing me!
Ow! What'd you find, Christine?
This is just where it says, LAPD are currently investigating the case as an attempted homicide. I have mounting threats on all social media platforms by this vile wolf pack. And this, I'm sure, is a result of those negative actions. I have reason to believe it's all connected. Enough is enough. How sick are these people?
They're wolves!
Yeah, I read that earlier too. How sick are these people? But I mean, like...
And LAPD's like, it was probably a road rage thing. There's no lacerations. There's no...
What if I told you...
He was stabbed, and there's nothing there. That's fucking crazy.
What if I told you that we are the wolf pack? Jay and I are in Los Angeles at a convenient time. People tweeted that. They're like, convenient that Jay and Dan are in Los Angeles.
Took a screenshot of it.
Yeah. We're like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're settling our beef with the Feldog. Why would we ever do that?
With Shanks.
If anything, we would want the Feldog on the show. The guy's giving us hours of entertainment. We're fans.
I say we can go to him now. He's laid up with a stab wound.
Do you think we go in like 2 detectives? Like from the feds? We go in and we go, Mr. Feldman, been waiting to see you for quite some time. I'm Soder. That's my partner, Oakerson. Sit down. I want to know what really stabbed you. I also want to know where those missing girls from Canada are.
Oh, hi, officers. Can I have the angels grab you a latte?
Would you like something to drink? Sit down. You're going to want to be around for when the sun goes down. He winks at Courtney. Right?
He tells his story. In 1775.
I was a laborer.
Colonial.
Just a simple serf. Not worth much. Then one day the princess took a fancy to me. She walked by my blacksmith machine, my blacksmith shop. I was there nailing iron with my shirt off. She, of course, became enamored with me.
She said, I've heard about you. Are you Corey Feldman from the Goonies?
And I went, yeah. And she said, I heard you can dance real well. I said, I can.
Want to come over and do some blow and fuck?
Yeah, it's a story where...
I was like, cool. Now, my other werewolf friend, the hamster...
Yeah, he's getting butt fucked. And to escape his pain, he needs to bite you.
He's getting stuffed like a musket in the corner.
You go, man, Feldog really just does whatever he can to shoehorn in the fact that Corey Haim got butt fucked into any story.
He's getting loaded up like a musket over.
So the wolves are watching, right? Because wolves are interesting creatures. They're interested in everything. So there's no police. I mean,
if there's police effort being
if the police are put into this, then my favorite thing of this is that he went to the emergency room and there were people with actual emergency issues.
Stab wound here. He's trying to get his street cred up for a hip-hop album.
Yeah, he goes, oh, I'm doing a triple album, hip-hop.
Look, I'm no 50 Cent, but I happen to fake stab one.
Yeah, I'm getting in the studio with Doc Ice.
You can catch my new album called Corey Indestructible.
Yeah, Blade Proof. The new Corey Feldog rap album.
No, it was an attempted stabbing, I said.
This is just like
shattered on contact.
There's like 35 articles about it. They all say the same thing.
Is he doing this thing that where people just want attention, so they just do crazy shit to get attention?
They stopped talking about him for a minute now because there's so many stories in Hollywood that people are losing interest in the story.
Oh, dude, by the way, his whole thing was like, I know pedophiles, and then the Me Too movement was like, oh, we've got all these rapists we've got to take care of, and he goes, don't forget about pedophiles. They go, shut up, Corey.
What about old man Marcus from the gumball store?
Yeah.
He's touching all of our wieners.
They go,
all right,
Corey, fine. Harvey Weinstein has Israeli fucking soldiers hunting women down.
Right, but this one time, me and Danny Pintaro were getting double-fisted over the corner of Milk and Honey.
I wasn't taking it hard, but you know who was in Booth Corner? Hamster.
Who do you think?
Who was in the Booth suite?
Yeah. Old cavern butt himself, Hamster.
Oh man. They always said it was like, producers had a joke by the end, they said it was like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. He calls Ham a cum dumpster behind his back.
They called him the pecker holster around William Morris.
They said if you didn't have a place for your cock, just call Corey Haim. You go, Jesus.
He knew the code. We'd say, hey, hamster, my wiener's a little cold.
Oh, they called them the mittens. They called them butt mittens.
What was the name of the quarterback's house?
Oh, hand warmer? Yeah, quarterback hand warmer. Yeah, I mean, that seems like, you know, when the Me Too thing came out, it kind of blew over Corey Feldman's pedophile. And then he put that movie out that just made him... We got to do a live viewing of that. I've gotten tweets about doing that in Chicago, and
I want to keep thinking of names for Corey. Hey, call him the fanny pack because everyone's always packing his fanny.
Oh yeah, old camel pack. He's filled with liquid that you got to suck out. Can't go nowhere with it.
They knew a great actor was in there. They just had to pull it out from somewhere.
You get it. No, we had fun on set.
It's a little Hollywood pedophile humor.
Can't laugh at it. It'll beat you.
You gotta keep it light, you know?
So he's saying that because of all this stuff, that there's a group out there. I mean, I'm sure he's being harassed on social media, but I don't think it's by an Illuminati group.
It's just trolls, like anything else.
It's just like bored guys. You know? Dude, Jay and I were talking about trolls.
I don't think Illuminati tweets.
Yeah, Jay and I were joking around about trolls because of South Park, Stan Marsh. Or it's not Randy Marsh. It's Stan's dad. No, not Stan, Kyle's dad, Broflovsky.
Oh yeah, Gerald
Broflovsky goes, let's do it for the lulz. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, there's probably people trolling Feldog just for the lulz.
Just to say fuck it.
Well,
it's a little heartless.
It is.
Which is funny to say as people have, you know, made entire shows about him. But I mean, like, to make sure...
We always give him a chance.
Yeah, but also, like, you know, to tag to make sure he reads you calling him an asshole.
Nah, we wouldn't do that.
His dick.
Watch us put out a clip of this with Phil. I mean, we're blocked.
I'm making an audiogram.
He needs something to listen to when he's at the hospital getting fake treated for fake injury.
Dude, if he was still at the hospital, I would send a bouquet of flowers on the bonfire.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's at home now, right?
Yeah.
Can we find a way to send flowers to his house?
Here's an aloe plant. Rub the aloe on your wounds.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Serious. I'm already healed up. Appreciate you thinking about me, but I'm healed. We want to take our first break and come back.
Yes.
We got a guest at 4, so we got to get all the Feldog we can in the first hour.
Yes, indeed.
Big J's not gone, everybody. He's here.
How?
He's finally here.
I'm here, everyone, and it's the bonfire.
We'll be right back. Crack Grangle.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Yeah, Royal Blood all day on the bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson, who didn't run away. He's still very much a part of this family.
I would never.
He would never. And he's going to be at Zany's in Nashville, Friday, April 6th, and then Saturday, April 7th. Then after that, you can catch him at Hilarities in Cleveland, April 26th through the 28th. Then, in May, Caroline's, tri-state area. If you live in the tri-state area, come on out. Caroline's on Broadway, first week of May. I'll probably be hanging out for a couple nights. You know, it's a good hang. So just come and check them out at Caroline's on Broadway. For all tickets and other tour dates, go to bigjcomedy.com.
It's a fun ski hang.
It is.
And Dan Soder, if you want to catch that gorgeous face and hilarious stuff.
Stop it.
He's going to be at Helium in Buffalo Thursday, April 5th through Saturday, April 7th. At the end of April, you can catch him at the Rhode Island Comedy Connection and Cabot Comedy in Massachusetts. Get tickets for that and all of Dan's shows at dansoder.com. Make sure you check us out at Moon Tower.
Yeah, make sure you check us out at Moon Tower, and I'll be with the Beastmaster, Justin Silver. Yeah. So bring your dogs, bring your eagles, bring your hawks, bring your birds.
It really is just the Fell Dog voice. Can't talk about Justin and Fell Dog in the same show.
Man, imagine if we had Fell Dog and Justin on the show together. Hey, who are you?
I got stabbed by who? Dog hater? Who's talking?
Did you get bit by a werewolf? I've got something for that. I'll train you.
What's that?
Justin trains werewolf.
Yeah. He goes, I can train you as a werewolf.
That'd be fucking great. Corey, sit.
Okay.
Now look, I just gave him a little bit of peanut butter in this little thing.
Notice how I don't break eye contact with him? He knows I'm in the room. He knows I'm not going anywhere. I know you're not going anywhere. The same voice is
settle down, were dog.
Werefeld? Feldwolf? Feldwolf? What would his name be? Feldwolf?
He's aware, Corey? Aware.
What if I told you that Corey Feldman was in fact a werewolf? Bitten by a man at a traffic stop.
Now, if they find out that nothing has happened at all, there's no evidence of anything. It was, by the way, also in the article I read, they say a lot of his investigation stuff they put him on investigations on to get people for the molesting, they've dropped.
Really? Christine, look that up real quick. So they're dropping his sexual assault claims?
Well, one of the articles I read.
Do you for filing an erroneous police report, you have to get in trouble, right? So if none of this happened,
that other than saying like they can't, there's nothing they can really do about it or maybe prove it now. But it just seemed that the investigation's like done.
Is it possible that the guy opened his door, tried to punch him in the stomach, and Fell Dog's so overdramatic that he was like?
Yeah, they were saying it was probably a road rage thing, and he's like, somebody stabbed me, but he has no wounds.
Did maybe the guy had the keys in his hand and tried to like?
Really? The problem is it's that. Or possibly he was sitting home and goes, I'm bored. You girls bored?
Do you guys want to get in the news?
I mean, yeah.
I think I gotta put your wings away. This is a wingless mission.
You think for 2 hours they sat at the house and like two of the imps were holding his arms and the other one was holding a knife and he's like, all right, do it. All right, wait. No.
Is there a way we can do it without me getting stabbed?
She goes, all right, just touch it there. Touch it for a second.
Okay. Ow.
Oh, God, it's cold. Oh, God, it's cold.
Hold my arms, Courtney. Hold them back.
Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and son of a bitch, I can't. Right,
we're not going to do it.
Let's go play a tune.
Yeah, let's go. I don't know.
This article's from November 10th, 2017. It does say that they dropped.
Los Angeles Police Department detectives are committed to protecting victims of sexual assault and will thoroughly investigate any report of sex-related crime, the statement said. In the case of Corey Feldman, unfortunately, according to California law, the alleged occurrence is out of statute and robbery homicide detectives have no other avenue to pursue this case.
Right, so it's not, they're not so much saying it didn't happen. There's like,
statute of limitations.
Like, what can we do about it now?
Yeah. Feldman. I read Feldman like Feldog, who's attempting to raise funds for a movie about alleged pedophiles in Hollywood, posted on his Twitter account earlier in the week that he had filed a report with the LAPD alleging he was sexually abused as a child. Feldman has recently appeared on the Dr. Oz show and Today's Show promoting a campaign to raise $10 million for the movie, which we all know is over.
Well, it also dropped down completely to $1 million.
$15.99.
It was $1 million.
Really?
Well, yeah, the girl came out, the courting girl did a whole video where she was like, here's how we dropped it to $1 million. The problem is they put out videos, like, they do not understand about trimming the fat, man. They'll put out like an 11-minute, like, speaking to the camera video.
Yeah.
That's too much for a speaking to the camera video.
Yeah. Do you think this really was a thing where, like, Feldog was like, let's get on the news?
I wonder, man, like, he's so bonkers at this point. Like,
I mean, crazy.
I think that there was probably, I think what happened is that, you know, when these kids were young, and this is the problem with it, is like, maybe it was, you know, quote unquote, consensual at the point, and then you become an adult and you realize, like, that wasn't consensual, I was raped. And so then you come around and it's like, I have a feeling that who these people they're talking about were probably people that they're very close with and very vulnerable with. And it wasn't just like some mean monster doing it to them. It was somebody they were connected with. And, you know, with the tweets and everything, whoever these people are that Feldman's scared of, like if they want him dead, he'd be dead.
Well, I don't think
the
so.
Power that they're
Was
like.
that crack security team?
I don't think so. His security
Corey, did you hear a rock hit a tree over there?
He goes,
I'm gonna go check it out.
Why is that bird clucking over there?
I'm gonna get a perimeter going.
I gotta go.
You in here?
They really are like every bad action movie. You know, the hero always tricks like the first couple guards into something.
His security team is Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern from Home Alone.
Yeah, the Wet Bandits.
Yeah. I mean, what a ridiculous.
They were distracted.
I mean, what do you go to the hospital for, man, and say the word stabbing and there's not even blood?
What a lot of people don't know is my security firm used to cover Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Through a Reiki healer, I learned how to suck my blood back in. I was covered.
I closed the wound with my mind. Stephanie Falcone says, my biggest issue with this whole thing is that they just opened the car door and stabbed him. He needs a new security team. They don't need to lock the car doors. Very true, Falcone.
They're terrible. This wasn't a Kennedy from the fucking,
was there another stabber? There were 2 stab wounds.
I did see one guy looking a little dicey on the grassy knoll.
That's great though that he got to the hospital, they took his shirt off and there was nothing there. And they went, wow.
He's like, miraculous, am I right?
I'm a modern marvel. I'm a modern scientific marvel.
By the way, look at my body. 47, not bad, am I right?
Check that out.
Yeah,
those are delts.
He goes, do you see is there any blood on my... Yeah.
He's just breathing weird because he's flexing his abs the whole time. They go, Mr. Feldman, you're going to need to relax. We're just searching for a wound.
Check, wait, there might be a laceration across my back.
Is it, you sure it's not down there by that, on my stomach? Get it, touch it now. Touch it right now.
I don't know. He did come up from behind at one point, so maybe check it out in these calves. Holding it. Toe point. Holding it.
Yeah, this sounds just like maybe what's probably happened is he pissed the guy off driving. The guy came over, opened his door, and he shut it. And then was like, we gotta go to the hospital and stabbed. I just wonder if he said that because I've overreacted. I think I've told the story on the show before when I was driving around when I was in high school. We were trying to tip over this porta potty with my car. We're like, just thought it was in a construction site. Thought it'd be funny. And then I drove to the side of it and pushed my arm out. Like straight arm to see if I could push it, and it just jammed my arm. And then I pulled my arm back and I go, I broke my arm. I broke my arm. And
Pumped out. Like Lethal Weapon. I need a door jam.
My friend Joel had a camcorder. He's recording me and I go, I broke my arm. And then we drive a little bit and then I'm not saying anything and Joel just goes, how's your arm doing there, Soder? I was like, I didn't break my arm.
I don't understand. The motion you were trying to do. You drove past it. When you drove past it, you tried to give it like a shove like that.
Yeah.
And it pushed back.
Yeah. And it pushed back.
It's so hilarious.
Yeah, I was an idiot. I was like,
it snapped. Son of a bitch, it snapped. Immediate overreaction.
He can't find the tape.
Oh man, I hate that we have limited video things here, but immediate overreactions are the funniest thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what this has to be.
They always show the underreactions, like a guy getting up and being like, whoa, bro, and his arms like in half.
Yeah, the immediate reaction.
The immediate overreaction. He goes, oh God, it's it. It's the big one. I'm having a heart attack. Yeah. That was a lot. I went a little far.
Oh God.
I drank a soda really fast.
Oh God, guys. Just turns out I had water in my ear from the pool. I thought I was having a stroke.
My head's shutting off. My head's shutting off.
I can't hear. No, it's just water in my right ear. Oh,
dude,
thank God.
They used to make Kevin Hart laugh so hard. It was his favorite story. My stepfather got mad at me. My little brother was still really little, and I meanly pushed him or something. So I was like, so do it. Like, I was a little rough with him. And that's my stepfather's
son.
Yeah. And, he was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I didn't really do, me and my brother having I'm 11 years older than him, so whatever it was me shoving him around for sure.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you, and he just started bullying me for a minute, Joe.
And he's like, how do you like it?
Literally. And then he did a thing that he it wasn't, a slap would be over exaggerating.
Yeah.
It was just a thing
how hard on my head.
Just knocked my head. I mean,
okay. So he went
Yeah, just to kind of like, but to my side of my head.
Yeah. But I see how hard that is.
And
it's what it is it's gay sex push.
Yeah, but it cupped my...
Maybe he's trying to fuck you.
It just cupped over my ear the right way.
Yeah.
And it did perforate my eardrum.
Yeah.
So for a couple of days, you're a little wonky.
Yeah.
But you hear. There's nothing wrong with your ear. It's a stupid injury that happened a zillion times.
Yeah.
But it went clunk. And I went, I was like, I can't hear you, son of a bitch. And he goes, what? And I go, I can't fucking hear you, son of a bitch! I screamed.
Love it.
I can't hear you! Oh, my mom and him got into such a fight about
Yeah, dude, because your mom's like, you made my son deaf!
Because and
you do the next day, you should have been like, good morning, Joe, when you saw him.
I forgive you. The most important thing is forgiveness.
So, the thing I don't think you meant to make me deaf, but you did make me deaf. Oh, what did Joe do? Did he do the immediate thing? What's fun about that stepdad stuff is like my mom flipped out on our Joe one time because he started screaming at me. So my mom and I were getting into both of you guys are on your phones. I'm going to fight both of you.
I'm listening to everybody. I'm
going to fight both of you.
We have a potential guest that's throwing things, but it's fine.
Throwing things off?
Throwing ideas.
Ooh. Okay.
That might be fun for the second hour.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was saying, my Joe started screaming at me and then my mom turned on him, which is fun. That's like when the T-Rex starts fighting the Velociraptor in Jurassic Park.
There's a weird guy outside.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Maybe you could help me do this on the air. This is funny. So, do we tell who we have?
Oh, we already put it out on social media. Yeah. Steve-O from Jackass is coming out.
So we had met a porn star, Candice Dare.
Yeah. Which, by the way, hung out with her, had dinner with her. No idea she was a porn star until the next day.
Asked if she would come in and Jackass style, essentially jokingly. It was definitely like, if you would do this.
Dude, it started 1,000% as a joke while we were smoking a joint.
We should come shit in a bucket in front of Steve-O in the studio. Also funny because it's a very small studio.
It's very small.
But, she was actually like, yeah, that would be funny. I get what's funny about that. She was going to do it. Cool chick.
What a trooper.
Then started getting like nervous about that and doesn't think she'll be able to poop like in front of us.
Get it?
We were not going to have her come in, and then she was like, oh, that sucks. You guys only want me, which made me feel bad, of course, because I don't want her to think it's. Oh, we would this, but today's a very Steve-O show. But I would love a Jackass style stunt, and she is saying, I don't mind telling you, I could enema any kind of fluid into my ass and squirt it into someone's mouth out of my butt. Call it juice, milk, chocolate milk, or Gatorade.
Sounds like more of an SDR.
Yeah.
Well, not when we have Steve-O in the studio.
Yeah, it's very appropriate for Steve-O. I mean, I'm all for sitting in a room and while that happens.
I mean, your mouth?
Huh?
Like whose mouth?
Whose mouth?
She said someone's mouth.
Well, now this becomes a big question. Not it.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll drink Gatorade out of this girl's butt.
Yeah.
Unless you can find non-fat milk.
Non-fat milk. Can you get almond milk at the store?
Can it be skim milk?
I was just telling Dan about a very delicious soda called Cactus Cooler that's stocked in the LA studios.
In someone's butt? You think that would be alright?
Yeah, I think it'd be delicious.
Might do some real damage. That's high fructose corn syrup up in your...
I'm going to text back. How do we get it in your butt?
Is she bringing an enema?
Turkey baster?
Yeah, we are already on air.
Yeah, I mean, we can't go get stuff.
But would love to see that.
I would almost be more interested to watch it like the way I like watching Daredevil jumps, where it's like the guy gets ready for it, you know, like when he puts his gloves on and he's like, oh yeah, here we go.
Where's her zone?
You know, an enema, it's like, an enema is like squirting water up your butt to like flush it out. So like, how does she do an enema and not have like shit fall out of her butt?
She's a porn star, probably has a lot of butt stuff with big black dicks. Christine.
So her butt's probably like clear already?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing up there to come out? Because I thought the whole point of the enema was it's like like a mini colonic.
It's a fluid.
Mini colonic. Mini colonic.
Look, I guess if we press the situation, we probably queef it into our mouths, Christine. If you got to,
God, I didn't know you were so big on syntax.
My bad, Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
I was got a germaphobe on our hands.
Eesh, we get it. You're scared of germs.
You want me to drink shit Gatorade and then kiss you on the mouth, Christine? I thought we loved each other.
I think Jay wants to walk around with a mouthful of Hepe.
Yeah, big whoop.
Big whoop. So I don't know. I mean,
it's fine.
Whose mouth?
It happens, huh?
Whose mouth?
I'll take the hit. Christine knows I'm garbage. I'll take the hit on that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
It's fine, dude.
Thanks, Jay.
You go, dude,
Jay's
it's fine.
gonna get butt mouth.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, bro, I got you.
Thanks, bud.
If we're ever in an escape room and one of the things we have to do
is drink butt Gatorade,
I
go.
I'll do it every time, man.
Dude, I'll be your wheelman any day.
Christine will have to play the giant bone organ to get us out of that thing. And then what's your thing you're gonna do?
Impressions.
Only the macho man can move this stone.
Yeah! Finally!
Excuse me, everybody. Looks like Daddy's got called to the big league.
Christine jumps in. I've always wanted to do Macho Man. No!
It starts going the other way. The ceiling starts falling on us.
She's like, oh, what you gonna do? I go, that's Hulk Hogan!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
This is just, I was trying to find overreaction. This is just a public freakout compilation.
Oh, dude, public freakouts are great. By the way, the best part about public freakouts are just when people realize they're getting taped and they just fully commit to the public freakout. A freakout! The chic.
So chic.
Play the...
Oh,
freak out! It's already potted up. Where is it? It's under the laptop. It's potted up. Yeah. That's it. Oh, you're gonna blast it?
Christine's running board up.
Yeah. You know, I mean...
Look at you!
At the Bonfire, SXM.
We need all passengers seated at this...
This girl's just sitting on a counter at a movie at a Starbucks, screaming, "Call my parents! Call the police!" You're freaking me out.
Who's our parents? Somebody call their parents. Who's our parents? I don't know. This is going on Barstool Sports.
Oh man, me and Christine are at Florida, at Miami Airport, when we just saw that family melting down.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better than a good public meltdown.
So if you hang out at airports enough, if you go to an airport on a crowded day and they're canceling flights, bad weather day or something.
Oh, you'll see some shit.
I mean, you'll see. I saw a woman just go. There's an Indian lady who just goes, "Is there any way I can get on the flight?" And the lady was so cold. She was like, "Ma'am, I don't know how many times I can tell you this over and over again. All the flights are sold out or canceled." And then she just dropped her head down and started bawling, and the lady was just looking over her head like, next.
Bring that shit.
They could have given it a shit.
Turn and burn, baby.
Yeah, that's so fucking freaky. That's so...
When I got snowed in, I was flying Denver to New York like 10 years ago, and I got delayed because of a blizzard. I had to stay in Chicago.
Right.
This guy was screaming at the Delta agent when I went to get my flight. Or it was United. He was the guy next to me was fucking losing his shit. He's like, "You are all fucking idiots. How is that fucking possible? I have to be at home." Yeah. Same shit. I went up and just started talking to the lady, like, "Hey, I know this ain't your fault. It was like this crazy blizzard. What's going on?" And she's like, "This was on a Monday." And she was like, "I can't get you out till Thursday." And I was like, "Damn, Thursday, that's crazy." That was New Year's Day. And I was supposed to, it was New Year's Eve. It was Thursday, and I was doing shows, I remember, at Eastville. So I was like, I have to get back for at least the shows. I didn't care about missing my waiting tables shift.
Sure.
But I was missing a whole week of work waiting tables if I couldn't get back till Thursday. This guy's like fucking screaming at this woman, and I'm talking just calmly, just like, "Hey, yeah, whatever you can help out." And then she like looks over at him, she goes, "This fucking prick." She goes, and then I hear the woman he's talking to like, "Sir, Friday's the earliest we can send you out." And then the woman I'm talking to is like, "I got you on a Wednesday flight." And I was like, "Oh shit, thanks."
That's right.
And you just don't realize,
you play
like,
cool, but sometimes you play it cool by accident. Sometimes you're just heated. But it is interesting. Yeah, the flies with honey. Sometimes I've gotten the quicker line going international before because the guy in front was like really being a bitch, and I was like, I go, "Man, that must just suck just to have that level of like constant anger coming your way, and she was like, I like you. She was good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah, when you
And I wasn't even doing it for that reason. At some point, you know what it is? First of all, when you're way early, and it's so funny when you're stress-free at an airport, is always super hilarious. Being totally stress-free in an airport is funny. But
when you walk through
also,
like Peter in an office space?
When news gets bad enough, though, with anything, when news gets bad enough, there's a level where even beyond freak out is a weird calm of like, what am I going to do, man?
Dude,
the worst is coming down to the wire is the worst feeling. I'd rather just have to accept I'm going to be an hour and a half late for something than going to be 5 minutes late for something. You just got to go like, fuck it, man. What can I possibly do?
Or when something happens where it's just completely out of control, I opened my freezer, we had a thing of blueberries in there, and they just shot everywhere, like everywhere, and it just made me laugh. And I was like, there's nothing, why would I freak out right here? And then when I did freak out later was when I came home from doing spots on Saturday night, and just stepped in my kitchen. It was like, and I just stepped on a blueberry. I was like, motherfucker. Yeah, there's points. Airports are a great place to see people lose their goddamn mind.
Because it's just, and it's so, there's not even another option usually. Well, although we did pretty good when we were coming back. Tim Dillon, I remember that when they were just canceling everything. Coming back from Toronto. And we were like, man, there's 3 of us. It'll be fun. We'll listen to music. We'll talk shit. Let's just fucking drive. And it took us, I mean, we left in the morning.
9 hours.
No, but it even took longer. By the time, you're right, because by the time you figure out you're not flying, it was like, noonish. You got to get a car, and by the time you stop, get some food along the way.
Do you guys remember?
We got back like late night to the airport.
Do you guys remember Moon Tower 2 years ago? Yeah. You guys left early. Ari and I were leaving after you. We got to the airport. Ari and I are sitting at our gate, and they're like, hey, there's maintenance problems. Your New York flight's not leaving now till 9 p.m. It was 11 a.m., and we're like, well, that's just fucking crazy. So then there's a rule that you can pull. I think it's rule 222. No, 222. Look it up.
Infinite, divisible by anything?
It might be rule 40. There's a rule where if...
This is a Deauville rule?
This is Deauville rule 40. Better learn your airline shit. There's a rule with airlines that if there's more than a 90-minute delay and it is, not weather or something, like if it's having to do with their control over the plane, they can refund you your full money for the flight or put you on another flight, with a,
another airline?
Yeah, like another airline. But it has to be an airline that they have a relationship with.
When there's
rule 240, which
rule 240. Dude, when you pull this rule out on people,
don't go talking no mess behind my back.
Yeah, rule 240. Is that Deauville rule 240 or airline rule? But each different airline has a different. It's like 240 on some. But Ari and I pulled 240 on Delta, which they are not happy about because they know that, and they're like, "Fuck, we can't argue this." I'm like,
"Hey, can call them on it?"
I go, "Can I get rule 240? Can you give me back my money for this flight? Fully refund my flight from Austin to New York." And I took the money and I bought another ticket on Southwest. And Ari and I flew to Philly and drove back. Still got home 2 hours before the flight took off from Austin.
That's fucking
for no money. Like it was like saying.
Yeah, you've done things where you'll land and rent a car and drive like the last couple hours.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes that's
plane trains. No,
I've already thrown my arms up at that point. You know what I mean?
No, I'll get there. When I was coming home from Bonnaroo, there was a problem in New York, and they kept circling, and we landed in Pennsylvania, someplace like that was like 2 hours out, and I just rented a car and drove back. They're like, you guys are gonna have to stay the night. We'll get another flight for you guys in the morning. And I was like, no, I'll drive back. And I went to Hertz and got a fucking car and went back to New York.
That drive was crazy because we had a flight and then Tim Dillon had a flight like an hour after us, and they told me that all the flights were canceled, but they didn't even contact him to tell him it was happening.
That happened when I had to cancel my weekend at Punchline in San Francisco, which has been rescheduled for July 19th through July 21st at San Francisco Punchline. Yeah, it's lit.
I heard July. I'm like,
no, Skankfest. It's the weekend after. Weekend after Skankfest. But they rescheduled it. But that what was crazy was it was a blizzard, and I was driving. I had to leave for JFK, and I called Delta before I left for JFK. Like, hey, should I leave? And they're like, nope. I go, everything at LaGuardia is canceled right now. And they're like, well, JFK's got a different window, so they're still letting flights out. Got to JFK, got through security, got to the gate. Right when I got to the gate, they're like, flight's canceled.
Fuck,
and then I called Delta, and they're like, we can't get you out till Saturday morning. And that's why
Do you argue to get some Delta dollars from shit like that?
Not really.
Should.
Yeah?
You get some dope. They don't throw them around all willy-nilly. You do that shit at the gate where you take the other flight, they'll throw them around willy-nilly. But you get $100 or $2.
You get $150 pretty easily. I've actually held out to try to get a full ticket refund and then forgotten to go back and just get the $150 credit. Yeah. But you can get that $150 credit. It's 45 minutes on the phone.
45 minutes of heckling for $110.
I know we have our guest. I think I've worked this out to happen for the last little bit of the show.
Really?
Yeah. To do a jackass stunt with our guest Steve-O, which he should be up here very soon. Should we take our second break here and come right back? Well, Steve-O, baby. So chic. Steve-O.
Say chic.
Steve-O. It's still the bonfire.
Oh yeah, it is.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
You're up.
I'm turning.
It's Royal Blood on the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, that's Big J. Oakerson.
You know, I just realized, too, our Justin and Corey Feldman is also going to be some sort of my Steve-O.
Yeah, and Steve-O, and a little bit of a higher Craig Glazer. We go all over the fucking map. We're live in Los Angeles all week, really realizing how many beautiful people are out here. Here's the thing about New York. There are gorgeous women in New York City. There's a lot of beautiful women in L.A., more than New York. A lady cut me off in traffic, and I was like, fucking watch it, asshole. And I looked in her rearview mirror. I was like, you are the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you want to smash up my car, feel free. I'm a real piece of garbage. Jay was missing, but now he's found. We're waiting on our guest. He was lost. Corey Feldman was stabbed, but now he's healed.
A lot has happened in this first hour.
He was stabbed.
Something happened
go against him.
Something happened, Christine. Something.
Not getting stabbed.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it was an attention-grabbing stunt.
It almost bums me out to think that he'd go that far.
I don't think so. It's probably a road rage thing where, like I said, he thought.
But I feel like there'd already be evidence.
Dude, I saw a guy get pulled out of a cab one time. Joe List and I were driving down 57th Street and 6th Avenue, and we were at there's a stoplight right in front of the old K-Rock, right in front of 40 West 57th. There was a stoplight in front of that thing, right in 57th, and dude, we saw these guys pull someone out of a cab and beat the shit out of people. Is that Steve?
That is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to grab him?
Yep.
Talking road rage, dog.
Signing paperwork.
Oh, okay. And the music dropped, so it looked like my story just ate shit. All three things just happened.
Yeah,
what's going on, man?
How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, dude? Dan.
Right on,
Good to see you, man. Steve-O.
Yeah, we met at the Comedy Cellar. Steve-O
sure.
on the show. What's up, dude?
Fuck yeah.
We were just talking about Corey Feldman getting fake stabbed. And then
Right, I was taking a nap, which is why when you texted me that, I was like, fuck yeah, I could lay down for another hour, but I couldn't quite lay down until I investigated the Corey Feldman situation.
I like you coming in glasses on, full prosecutor mode.
Yeah, fuck yeah. The most incredible piece of it is that there was no mark. Yeah. If it was a needle, that's some scary shit,
Yeah.
But he's already home.
Someone rolls up on you and pokes you with a needle. That's just about the scariest fucking thing that can happen.
Yeah, because then it's like shadow government shit. You don't know who's really controlling
it's just
it.
Like some straight up AIDS shit is the way I see it. And, so it's like, wow, it's a heavy allegation. Someone aged me with the fucking needle poke, but then there's no mark.
There's no mark, and they already sent him home, so they've checked his blood for poisons, or they're not going to send him home.
Well, that's the thing about AIDS, is the shit doesn't show up for 6 months.
Yeah.
You got a 6-month window to just think about it.
That's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Can you just shoot AIDS in like Drago steroids? Just shoot it in your arm?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
I think if you had AIDS contaminated blood,
contaminated blood,
just and jammed someone with it, and then you go, "You got AIDS."
Right.
How do you say it when you stab them?
You got AIDS! Dude, the craziest thing about it is, like on a tattoo needle.
Yeah.
This shit just like, I mean, it's a solid needle, so it's exposed to the air. The AIDS virus does not do well when exposed to the air, but inside a hollow needle, which is like a syringe needle, that shit can live for like fucking weeks, dude.
Really?
For fucking weeks, because there's no exposure to air inside that fucking hollow needle.
So if someone walks up on you with a hollow needle, it's just like AIDS.
Dude. That's why intravenous drug users, why they get it so crazy.
Yeah.
And now I had this drug dealer who was an intravenous drug dealer. This is the most fucked up story ever. I used to do it in my stand-up.
An intravenous drug dealer. He
was a drug dealer, but he was also he wasn't just a member.
I'm not only a member. I'm also
He also treated himself to his product, and he would inject cocaine, which means you inject it. Not heroin. You'll inject, I think, maybe a couple times a day or something to that effect. With cocaine, you get to the point where you're injecting it like every 10 minutes. It's really fucked up, Like
even injecting it's that same. I've never really been a coke guy, but Christine tells me she's my our drug Sherpa.
Yeah.
Christine says it's so fast that I'm not even sure why I would ever want to do it. Like,
no, that's
to feel
crack.
Yeah.
No, but isn't coke? It's only like 10 minutes or so.
Coke's like 20 minutes, but crack's really like the exhale's the best part of the high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's not surprising the road that's led Christine to me.
So with the intravenous coke shooters, for some reason I don't understand this to this day, but they squirt their own blood all over. This guy, I would go to his apartment regularly to buy drugs, and he would have like on the walls, the ceiling, there was like just fucking blood squirts.
Just like one thing, or like a lot.
I don't know if he's clearing the needle, like whatever he's doing, but he's squirting his own blood all over the place. And if I would call him and he didn't answer, then I'd be like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna show up, And when I would just show up, sometimes the door would be unlocked and I would just walk in. Sometimes it would be locked, But if I would walk in and I would find this fucking guy with like a needle hanging out of him. It was like, I'd be like literally passed out, and then I walk in and he's like, oh, he's got a needle fucking hanging out of him, shit like that. But one time I walked in, I could not wake this guy up for the life of me. He was just like, I don't know, he'd been awake for days, and I'm like, yo, do you wake up? He's just not getting up. And so I go over to the table where he weighs out his drugs, and because I know that there's just fucking residue on this table. I'm like, I can just scrape up a fucking mountain of coke, on this table, because there's so much residue.
Leftovers.
All over it.
Yeah.
Right. And so I go over to this table, but I sit down and look at this table with all the residue of cocaine, and there's specks of blood all fucking over it. Just all over it. And I'm like, this is not a good idea, but I'm just I'm just such a drug addict. I just sat there and scraped up just fully visibly tainted blood and fucking snorted it. I snorted the guy's blood.
The funny part in that story, if you find humor in that story somewhere, is that you want to get drugs from your drug dealer who's passed out with a needle in his neck, and you still got to go, Steve?
Yeah. That becomes my question. Your question when he's non-responsive is like, at what point does he stop being a human and more like a vendor, where you're like, hey, wake the fuck up, dude.
Crazy name.
You go like this, you go. You go, or you talk shit to him while he's passed out. You go, fine. Well, I guess I'll just go over to your scale and weigh some out myself. Hope he's going to come out for that. Like, no.
Yeah. Hey, Gecko, it's me, Steve. Hey, I got a meeting in a little bit. If you. Hey, I'll wait. I'll sit for like 10 minutes.
Same guy. One time, he came over and he looked at me and he says, "Dude, I'm not fucking selling you anything unless you eat something."
Really? He Jewish mommed you? He goes, "Let's put something in your tummy."
I got in his car. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I get in his car. He took me to the fucking nearest yogurt smoothie, like yogurt on tap. I had a fucking yogurt. He's like, okay, here you go. There's an 8-ball.
Wow.
I like him holding it out.
First.
I like when he gives you the bag. He goes, hey, no swimming for a half hour, promise?
You're gonna cramp up. I don't need you cramping in a pool on this much yak.
I know nothing about the high of shooting up cocaine. Is that like I
don't know.
You just woke up the beast. Christine's like, I'm not afraid of needles.
Like, you know what? Let's try it.
Yeah.
You guys want to push off?
Guys, this is gonna be nuts. You guys want to shoot some coke when we get done with the show? You're like, Christine, that's a full 180.
Back in LA.
Yeah, that's got to be a thing where when he won't wake up, you almost are like, is he alive enough for me to go scrape some coke together? Or?
Right. I mean, it wasn't a question of like I thought he was dead. I could see he was like breathing and all that. It was just that He just wasn't getting it. I mean, I imagine that he probably took like a ton of Xanax or something to sleep.
It's funny because like I know when I wake up out of a deep sleep and someone comes over, I just try to act like I've been up. So when I wake up, I'm like, wow, what's going on? You guys going? But if he just had a fucking needle in his neck and he goes, what's up? Didn't hear the doorbell. you're like, dude, check your neck. He's like, oh.
And I seem to recall it was exactly that way.
Someone came upstairs?
There's a fucking dart in your neck, man.
I fucking like you, but you're fucking crazy.
You guys are fucking crazy.
What do you need? I need a fucking 8-ball. I got you a fucking 8-ball. You're crazy. I like you.
Was he your friend also?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's such a drug dealer. Yes, you go. Yeah, drug dealers are fun until you stop doing the drug. And then
I would hang out there every once in a while, but I don't think that we ever really interacted on any level other than the exchange.
Did you ever find out, like, I always find it interesting when, I mean, I never did hard drugs, but like weed dealers growing up, whenever I'd find something interesting out about them, I'd be like, I kind of don't like knowing that you're a real person. Like, I found out this one guy, like, could play the piano, and he's just a drug dealer.
I wasn't even gonna, because it's just not a necessary part of the story.
Yeah.
But you mentioned finding something out about the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, years later.
Yeah.
The dude, I see the guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no way, man. He goes, hey, dude, like, I have this duty because I know you said that you had snorted some of my blood. And he's like, I have this, like, duty to tell you that I've tested positive for HIV. At that point, I was had been sober for years and cleared like multiple HIV tests, over and over. So I didn't care. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, wow.
But I mean, you know how much of a relief that is for that guy that you're like, oh, no, I got clean and I've been tested, and he's like, oh, because there's a lot of people that aren't like that. That are like, oh, I just did a little bit of blow for a little bit, and you were my guy.
Right, which makes you back to the point that it just doesn't survive very long. I snorted dead AIDS. That was
you go, don't worry. Dead AIDS.
Yeah, when it's exposed to the air.
He goes, what kind of high is that? It's like documentary. Watch a documentary.
When you do some dead AIDS, it's really, the music isn't as good as the live AIDS. I like live AIDS music.
He goes, live AIDS? I mean, hit a 3-day festival.
Yeah. Go really, take your shirt off. Really gonna, dead AIDS? You just want to be in somewhere where it's raining outside.
I don't know, man. I said the last thing I did was I microdosed DMT, and then I was going to do the whole fucking trip next time I did it with my buddy, who told me that it's awesome. It was Kurt. He talked about it on Rogan, but, he was like, it's so awesome because it's changed everything for me. And then this week he's been just as bonkers as ever, and I'm like, well, then I don't want to, like, I don't want to see a weird godlike something and then just have my life be the same panicky anxiety I have anyway.
What is DMT?
It's
supposed to be the chemical you release when you're born and when you die, and
dream. And when you dream, yeah. And it's like an agent in ayahuasca. It's like the hallucinogenic agent in ayahuasca. So people use it to, I've never done it. I like mushrooms, and I do mushrooms a couple times a year, but I've never been like a big, like, I'm ready to go fucking all the way out there. I'm like, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice up here at this floor. I'm gonna come right back down. I don't want to get shot out of cannon. And when we talked about DMT, people called in, and they were like, you blast off. And I never want to do it.
Yeah, the ayahuasca experience is not, reputed to be really enjoyable. I mean, that's like way more intense and like...
It's like shitting your pants and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you go to hell, but then you come back and you're better because you've seen hell or something. Like, it's like, yeah, I've been to hell plenty. I'm good.
When you get sober, like a guy, even on the level of friendship you have with your drug dealer, do you feel bad for that guy at all? Or you're just like, fucking whatever, let him do his own thing.
Do I feel bad? What about the HIV? Or?
No, do you feel bad just for him in general? You're like, wow, I wish this guy can pull his shit together and not be in such a dark place with it.
Well, I mean, thankfully, we both ended up getting sober.
Oh, he did too?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, well, yeah.
So that's nice when you see a drug dealer, you're like, oh, fuck, you came out the right end too. You got sober and cleaned up.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember this, this other drug dealer who was a drug dealer, but he was sober.
Really?
Yeah, And I remember like taking a picture of like he had an ankle bracelet on and it was like a tackle box, like a fish, like a toolbox, and you pulled it, you opened it up, and it had like the drawers come out and just different drugs in every compartment. This guy was like, it was this thing, and I'm like, dude, can I take a picture of your ankle bracelet next to this toolbox open? And I'm just like, you're out of your mind. You're gonna fucking get busted. And sure enough, he did. I think he's still in prison.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got a house. You're on house
But
arrest.
this guy would not touch it. He would not fucking.
Probably because of probation and the piss tests or whatever.
That's maybe some of it too. But I think that it was just a question of he wouldn't anyway.
Because that's almost like villainous when
this
you get
guy
to the
would
point.
fucking throw. He just wanted you to be there at his house partying. He's like, "Oh, dude, come on, man, it's gonna be great. Like, so and so is over. Get over here."
Oh yeah.
A lot of drug dealers, they do want you to hang out and party.
Yeah, it's one of those things where sell it and then hang out.
I made a mistake a few times. And by the way, it wasn't always bad. It's just no matter what I feel, it gets uncomfortable of just, Ari Shaffir would even reach out to us. And his fans are great, and they've always done it. But there is that awkward moment of, well, they'll bring weed to you, man, right to your room. Don't worry. And they come to your hotel. Then they have your hotel address. Now they're in your room, and you're in there with some dude.
And he goes, hey.
Yeah.
Good show. And you're like, thanks, man. So I think I'm going to get high and watch Netflix. What's going on with you?
Yeah.
Because there is that weird thing where they're like, I'm going to hang out too. And you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, I watched you and I really appreciate
That's
the weed.
just not weed behavior, though. Dude,
Yeah.
Weed's too easy to get, man. Weed's so easy to get. Like, you don't have to.
Well, here.
Like, did you say it was in New York?
No, this will be like on the road. As I'm saying, when I'm on the road
right.
and I don't know anybody and you want to get it before the first show.
But why do you have to meet in the hotel room? For God's sake.
It's generally not when I'm by myself. I'm pretty able to not smoke weed until I get it. I'm not really worried about let's take an extra trip, let's go out of our way. I know at the show, I'll get some. Somebody who works the clubs, whatever it is, you'll find it.
I don't
worry about people panic and try to rush and get some right away. It's like they just have so I've had friends with me on the road. They're like, I figured it out. I got this guy is so and so. He said he has to go to his parole officer and he's going to swing by. You're like, oh man, what fucking face tattoo mongrel's going to show up in this guy?
He's got to take his bets for the dog fights he runs later. He's going to come by and give you some weed.
They say that weed's not addictive, but dude, I mean, I remember when we were filming Wild Boys. If we were going to a place that was in the Eastern Hemisphere, then that would mean generally that you couldn't get weed because Eastern Asia, Thailand, Singapore, whatever, it's generally really death penalty kind of shit for having weed.
No shit, it's like a class 1 narcotic to them.
It's pretty, they don't fuck around. So you're not going to find weed when you go to those parts of the world. And so whenever we did go to those parts of the world, I would sit down and just crush up so much, however much. Generally it would be an eighth. I would crush an eighth into with the grinder, and then put that eighth into a condom, and pack it real tight and knot and swallow it, and I would do that again and again and again. So I had however many eighths.
You would act as your own mule?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow,
100%. And
that is a commitment. I was waiting for you to be I put it in a shampoo bottle, I put it in something. You're like, I fucking swallowed that shit.
Yeah, I fucking swallowed it.
Document one of your
one of my DVDs. That was the first time I ever did it, and then and it was this,
what's the fear?
Thing.
I mean, there's so many things to be afraid of. The condom opening, and then you're gonna get high as shit.
It's not that big.
Yeah, but you'll get high as fuck.
You'll get high as fuck. I didn't have any fear really, except for when I did the first time I ever did it. I choked on it, and this is the whole story of my new special. I choked it got stuck in my throat, and it was a bad situation. And then it didn't come out for so long, and it turned into this whole fucking thing. But after that, that just became routine. I wouldn't even film it. I would not
You just go down, just
I wouldn't even film it, and by making it really tight with no air and compact, whatever, it would come out pretty quick.
When you would rip it open, would you be like, fresh nugs?
I'd be like, dude, we got ass grass.
Perfect way to call it. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Then you get high, and you're like, oh fuck, that's
and it came to a point where where we just figured out you could do that and just put it under your tongue.
Yeah.
You could put it under, there's a way that and you can kind of even talk and stuff, and if anybody, like, freaked you out, then you could swallow it.
Oh, so just have it as, like, under your tongue.
I would want more, so I would swallow a bunch.
So, you bring an eighth, or?
That's how much I would put per thing that I swallow.
What's the most common you swallow?
I don't know. I don't think I would swallow that many. Maybe like 4.
Jesus.
I like a half, like a fucking ounce or something in a condom. It's actually the whole log is just weed-filled condom.
He goes, you're gonna want it. He goes, that first one, that splatter, you're not gonna like. But this next part, you're really gonna like. There we go. It's
like a little afterbirth on this one.
Yeah. Whoa. I got a weed tail. Pull it out of me. That's fucking nuts. I would never think that because I always am like, I'm scared to travel with weed. I've done it. You know what's always funny is
when you go through Singapore, they'd start bringing around.
No.
Singapore is absolutely a death penalty.
Yeah, that's like Paradise Lost. Wasn't that movie about like they
not Paradise Lost? But,
what was the other one?
The Turkish Express or Midnight Express.
Where they had to go back and
that wasn't that wasn't Singapore, but yeah, it was Turkey, I think.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying like Singapore, they
don't fuck around. Yeah, and
Paradise Lost was West Memphis, the Turkey of America. America's Turkey. I've accidentally traveled with weed a couple times. Well, and when I got there, I felt like I just cheated death. I felt like my chute didn't open, but I landed on my feet somehow.
That was when people would ask me, like, what's the most dangerous stunt? And I would regularly say, buying weed in Jakarta.
Oh, wow. Well, how did you even set that up?
Because Indonesia is another place punishable by death. And I just went and I just said to the fucking taxi driver, yo, I need weed, dude.
I love it.
He brought me to something. But that's actually probably not the closest I came to dying. I think that the closest, like for the stunt stuff was just scuba diving.
Yeah?
You know, yeah.
On Wild Boys?
A weird scuba diving thing. Yeah, they told me that the sharks were on the bottom. And I just kept going to the bottom, and then, like, someone yanked on my fin, and they're like, dude, you're gonna die, like, whatever. I mean, I got scuba certified, like, on a 3-day cocaine bender.
Dude, that's so awesome.
You're fucking lapping a dolphin?
I'm good. He goes, does it feel natural for me to want to just be in the water all the time? Because I just feel like I'm part of the water now? You guys feel like that? Because I feel like that.
Where's Steve-O? He just breaches the water. Holy shit.
He only responds like a dolphin. Like, he's like, another dive?
Yeah, it was weird because they had like 2 days that was in like a classroom, and the third day was like qualifying in the water. And you're not supposed to do all 3 days in a row.
Yeah, like, they're supposed to space it out.
They had to hurry me up. So it was technically like probably illegal,
yeah,
you know, to do it that way. But
isn't it funny when there's like big production money and they're like, you're a scuba diver now. And you're like, oh, but I have to take 3, you're a scuba diver now.
And I just didn't pay attention. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's fucking crazy.
You guys, and what's the name? I forget the name of the guy who was always with you on the Wild Boy.
Manny, the shark man, yeah.
He was great because he was just so matter of fact telling you this is a terrible idea. You're like, Manny, these stingrays aren't going to bite, are they? He's like, no, they'll sting you bad. It'll be real bad if it happens.
I remember like, on the first movie, if an alligator gets a hold of Steve-O, Steve-O will relax. And hopefully the alligator will release him.
You're like, well, that's a lot of hopefully. That's a big hopefully. Oh, fuck, man.
Should we take our last break?
Yes, take our last break.
And then we'll come back. We're hanging out with Steve-O.
It's coming in hot today.
Yeah,
man, hot. We'll be right back, everyone. It's the Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Hey, everybody. It's the Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder, hanging out with the one and only Steve-O in the studio with us. I apologize, Steve-O. If this was New York, we'd have, room for you to, put your elbows out to the side or anything in the world. Man. These studios are the worst. We've been complaining all week. I think they're moving them somewhere.
Yeah, for some reason they have them in insurance offices.
There's too many big shows out here to have these studios suck dick so hard.
Yeah.
It really. Have you ever been to New York Sirius XM?
Sure. Bunch of times.
Oh yeah, of course you've done Stern and everything. It's crazy there. It's like a spaceship.
It's a whole floor. Here it's like...
Yeah, but I mean, there's like the Stern compound, and then the rest of the thing is more,
I mean, our studio is just one of the ones along the back wall, and it's 5-6 times the size of this.
My favorite is the like the gay radio station.
OutQ?
I think so. Yeah, those guys are a hoot. I love them every time.
That's a great term for them. They're a hoot.
You guys are a hoot. They go, bitch, I'll scratch your eyes out. I am fierce.
And how's old DJ Who Kid doing?
He's doing good.
Who Kid? Oh yeah. Didn't he get arrested at Sirius XM or something?
No.
Oh, I remember that.
I think that happened.
I remember.
That was like big. That made sort of news. Yeah.
Recently?
Wait, was it some child support thing or something?
Yeah, child support guy. People getting arrested for child support
This is not a good look.
It's just also goddamn hilarious how they come after you. Like, they really get you. That was, when I started comedy in the black circuit, those jokes were like, child support find your ass anywhere. I'm like, there's people like wearing like investigator jackets and stuff like that.
Dude, someone tracked down my dad to a fucking bowling alley in Northern California.
Plus, we might be completely misinformed as well.
Yeah. Oh, more than likely, we're very misinformed. And they're like, guys, that's actually not how it works at all.
Probably no truth to anything we just said.
Well, guess what? For the next 30 minutes, that's how this shit works.
People do like short, but significantly short jail sentences for not paying child support.
Dude, my mom tried to get my dad's wages levied. That's what they call it.
Garnished.
Yeah. What's levied? What's the difference?
I think you levy accounts, which is where it's already there.
Okay.
Maybe. And
garnish is where they take it.
Before it comes in.
Levy is, I had the government come in and just wipe my account for like $800 in 2012.
Fun. What did you do that for?
I owe taxes to New York State, and I had a payment plan for federal, and in my head I was doing a payment plan for both, but I wasn't, and so they just came in and wiped my account out. I didn't know that was a thing that
I told her doing webcam porn wasn't under the table.
So levy is they take your shit, garnish is they fucking take your new, I think you're right, because it was garnished.
Yeah, my dad got garnished.
On the new wages.
You'll garnish them motherfuckers, ladies.
How about the irony of feeling crowded in LA and having plenty of room and
New York, it's like, God, I want to stretch my legs out. Go back to New York. All this cramped-ass LA state.
Yeah, out here they call this room, he goes, well, this is intimate. There's all that landscape outside you can go play in.
Think about those sweeping mountains outside. You're like, I just want to fucking stretch my legs in this goddamn studio.
And you said you're not on the road right now. You're taking a bit of a break.
I just told the agents that, at this point, I'm not fucking down for the comedy club grind. I just can't do the 6-show weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to come up with like the casino or the college or whatever the theater where it's one show in and out, then let me know about it.
But with your draw, you can't call just even like Friday, Saturdays?
I mean, I guess I could. I'm just so fucking burned out. Like, I'm so burned out that I'm just gonna live my life for a while. Okay. I'm working on a new act now that has taped this special. And, like I was telling you when we weren't on the air, like what I've done with the new special, I married my worlds where, like, I actually edit footage into the stand-up, and then I go about filming new crazy shit and build stand-up around that. So now the next act is going to just be all new shit. And I just got engaged.
Hey,
yeah. So the first thing was to go get a vasectomy. And,
is that true?
Yeah, I just did it, and right afterwards, I got on a fucking horse, like no saddle, just straight up bareback, and this fucking thing went nuts and just took off. And I'm fucking bouncing up and down, and then we hung me upside down by a tree in a piñata costume, and just had little kids whack me in the nuts with sticks.
This is all with fresh vasectomy dick.
Oh yeah, same day.
Oh, I thought this was pre-vasectomy. It makes more sense. Tenderize it a little bit.
It was immediately after the vasectomy. That was the whole point.
Oh, the whole point was to go make it...
This was an idea that I came up with so long ago. I called it the vasectomy Olympics.
Really?
And I remember my dad was like, oh no, don't do it. I have a lot of friends that were like, don't do that. You might change your mind. You don't want to get a vasectomy. And I'm like, how dumb are you, man? Like, any kid I have is going to be stuck with Steve-O for a dad.
Aren't there vasectomies that you get, are like reversible ones?
And I found out because I wanted to, I wanted to, before I got the vasectomy, go and get my sperm count. I went to a fertility clinic.
Okay.
To see if after all the fucking shots I've taken to the nuts, all the kicks, all the fucking everything, is anything even swimming in there to begin with? You know, so I wanted to get a sperm count, and more importantly, I wanted to get footage of the sperm swimming under the microscope so I could wave goodbye. These fucking assholes. And I wanted to get a load frozen as well, so I could make...
I like that that's how you said it to the doctor. You go, and I want you to freeze a load. He goes, okay, we call it different things around here.
Freeze one load.
No, the doctor was hilarious. He was all good. He didn't care to call it a load.
Go ahead and throw that other one on your back if you want to. I'm just fucking with you, DR.
He goes, listen, I'll give you a handful of yogurt that you throw in the freezer in case I come back and want a little one.
Yeah, but it turns out I have a fucking insane sperm. I had an insane sperm count.
Really?
Yeah, 51 million per milliliter.
Whoa! Yeah, just milliliters of cum.
Yeah, milliliter.
You eat extraordinarily healthy.
I'm in trouble with sugar these days, man. You know, like I really am, dude.
Sugar's a motherfucker.
Sugar's a
I'm going hard on sugar here.
Yeah.
I went to kettle glazed donuts. I ate Chick-fil-A. I'm just fucking being a piece of shit this week.
Yeah, but so I was asking her, he was telling me, you know, the vasectomy reversal, like there's these tubes and they cut it, and so then to reverse the vasectomy, what they have to do is refuse the tubes, which is like just a really, like a really fucking, like, involved in...
they have to open the veins, get it connected back up.
Connected back up. It's just bullshit. But this guy was like, I don't know why anybody would do that. You cut the tube in the vasectomy. That doesn't stop the sperm from being made in your nuts.
Yeah.
If you change your mind, they can just extract sperm out of the nuts.
Oh, fucking right from the source.
Of course, they have to put a needle into your nuts.
Yeah.
That's no fun. Like,
that's where you draw the line?
That's funny.
It goes, a needle in your nuts? No, thank you.
Well,
I will walk away from this.
I've done a lot of things to my nuts, but an actual needle properly going into your nuts.
Were you worried about the medical problems associated with the same day you get a vasectomy, them doing it? Could that have caused internal bleeding or something like that?
Right now, I have like fucking 4 balls, dude. Like, there's some. I went to the urologist in kind of a panic. I was like, "Yo, dude, I got there's all this extra shit in my balls," and he told me it's not that big of a deal. But
4 balls? Tell me when you get 8 balls.
I remember the vasectomy doctor. I did this in Puerto Rico.
Did you really?
You got a vasectomy in Puerto Rico?
It's a commonwealth.
That's so great. Puerto Rico goes, wait, what? What do you want to do?
But the doctor was like pretty serious about don't get on an airplane. You know, like no flying.
Aeropuerto.
Right. No flying after this procedure. And I said, okay, so no airplanes. How about a horse?
Yeah.
It was so great.
He goes,
yeah.
Okay. See?
And then I told him, like, I'm gonna do mean things to my balls today. And he's like, he didn't like it, but he's like, oh, you're crazy. And I said, but just to be sure, like, no matter if something bad happens to my balls, to this tube that we're cutting, like, it's not gonna affect me getting a boner, right? Like, I can still.
That is the problem.
He said boner's gonna be cool, and I said, fucking bring it on.
Nice. That's when you jump down that mountain.
That's when I fucking went for it.
And you realize you just had an entire medical procedure from a guy wearing a bandana and a yellow tank top.
And he goes also, I'm going to show you a tour of the island.
Yeah, I was going to try and get it from a vet. Like,
what?
Because the whole reason I went to Puerto Rico was because I got invited to participate in this sterilization clinic where they spayed and neutered 1,000 dogs and cats. And I love animals and I'm all behind the cause. And I thought, oh man, what if I get my vasectomy there? And I'm like, just recovering like with all these dogs and shit. And I have a vet do it like in the streets of Puerto Rico.
Just a puppy party.
They're gonna put that funnel on you so you don't bite your dick off.
Yeah, they put a cone on Steve-O.
Right, and but so that was my deal. I was like in there, and that was how this thing started. And I was like, oh well, fuck, I'll go there and film everything. And then I was like, oh shit, I'll bring Chris Pontius. And so we made like a whole, like we went to shoot like a pilot episode for like bringing back Wild Boys, but with like a twist on providing humanitarian aid.
Hey,
you know, and so it's like we go and help out with the sterilization clinic, and I'm like, I believe in this cause so much, I'm going to get fixed myself.
Yeah.
And then we shipped 120 dogs out of this one sanctuary to free up space.
Oh shit!
Did like some actually like helpful shit, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and then you got a vasectomy, so now you can't have a kid.
And so now I can fucking hump and dump away.
Fucking blowing deep loads.
Oh yeah, just put them right in there. You can even mix it in. Still won't stick.
My girl and I, we've only been on the hump and dump tip like 1 month or 1 week a month. Now it's gonna be all the time.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Good for you.
Rip it. I like that. I like these. Were you just telling us in a weird way that you bang on her period? We're totally fine. You don't care, huh?
I don't care, dude. I'm down. She gets a really light period too, so it's pretty mellow.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. Not Christine. It's like the fucking elevator scene in The Shining. It's coming out sideways in the walls.
That's dark water. That's deep dark water.
Jay didn't care for like a couple years, and then he started caring. We moved in together, he started caring.
Well, there is a point where you get to where you're like, I'll jerk off for the week. It's fine. It's fine this week. We don't have to go through all. We don't have to, do a laundry around this.
We're all excited, man. My girl, she'll text me, it's party time.
Yeah.
We have to on two levels, because it's like, okay, cool, we got away with another month of like, she's not pregnant, so that's always good news. And then now I'm finna dump.
You have in-house washer and dryer, right?
I do, but I don't use it.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal just to have it there, though.
Yeah.
And probably same reason you don't butt fuck at home. You don't fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You need the at-home washer dryer if you're gonna pump and dump on period week.
Yeah. You gotta be able to. I don't want to see it. I'm gonna have to.
What kind of
spray.
butter is that?
I spray and wash it, and then I get it. Set it and forget it.
No, I'll give him the squatter and just pull my sheets off the bed.
Speaking of, we should bring her in, because speaking of
squatting.
I want to speak to her because she's so cool. I feel terrible that she.
You know what, Christine? You get up. I'll sit in your seat. She can sit in this seat.
Okay.
You trying to get away from things?
No, I want to watch.
I want to watch.
I'm trying to see.
Are we still on the air? I feel like we're having a real lull here.
Oh no,
we're still on there.
Christine's coming out.
Everyone loves a good musical chairs. Well, you have to go get the guest first, Christine.
I'll get her.
This is hilarious. I'm actually going right there.
Okay, yeah, crawl it.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
Oh God, I'm so big. All right, I'm here.
That was homoerotic.
Yeah, that was. I had my fucking big ass Iowa mom ass.
He had to climb over all four of your balls.
All four.
You're familiar with the term felching?
I am.
Yeah, felching is
almost like felching.
It's sort of like felching. Everybody, our lovely guest, adult film star, Candace Dare in the house.
Hi, Candace. We got you a seat with a mic over there.
Sure. And here's the headphones.
Oh, shit.
And Candace, when we went to the Rainbow the other night.
Yeah, we went after goddamn Comedy Jam at the Roxy.
Man, the food at that place, I'm going to go out of the way, a little overrated. We did not enjoy the food at the Rainbow.
At the Rainbow?
Yeah.
I used to eat there.
Yeah? Were you a fan?
Yeah, this is way before...
You stumble out of a guy with a needle in his neck's apartment.
Yeah, you'll take some mediocre chicken fingers.
I used to enjoy the surf and turf there.
Okay.
This is before the veggie program.
Yeah, we did some pizza and some other stuff, and then Jay was just not having it. It was a bad food experience, but we met new people, and that was fun.
Lovely new people. And she's a friend. Candace is a friend of Josh Adam Myers, who's a friend of ours, who runs the goddamn Comedy Jam. And in a conversation, we had Steve-O coming in. I was very excited. Not just a buddies with, but a big fan of Steve-O and his work. And I was like, let's do something crazy. Also for our last day in L.A.
Yeah, we go back to New York after this.
So almost jokingly, but with a tinge of serious, I said, hey, Candace, would you be willing to shit in a bucket in front of Steve-O? To which, let's call it 24 hours ago, to all of us, seemed like, yeah, that's forever from now. It's a great idea. And then as it started to get closer, she got nervous. You get nervous, it makes you shit a lot.
I guess I got a cold butt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tightened
Not
up?
cold feet, but like a cold butt.
Yeah, your butt completely, or just tight butt.
Yeah, tight butt.
You got tight butt.
Well,
yeah.
That's a good
it's not
thing,
a tight butt. I mean, it sounds like you've evacuated. That's a loose butt.
No, but it was tight thinking about doing it in front of you, so.
Oh, okay.
So you were...
It was me that...
Yeah. You're like lemon juice. You're like lemon juice to buttholes.
I would probably do it in private in front of you, but...
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but in public you were tightening up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
That's fair enough. I mean, it made sense. It was made, the idea was almost made out of, at the Rainbow, I thought it was funny that a pretty girl was you told me and Dan about 2 or 3 good long log shit stories, and you were like, I got a million of them, which I've never heard a girl say before.
Yeah, when someone leans into a shit story, you're always like, what's up? That was, you got a lot of these. I mean, I'm fine with them, but I'm a dude. I'm a gross guy.
She goes, it was a real blooming onion of logs coming out of that bowl. And I'll tell you something. And we're like, oh, hey lady.
This girl's really talking about how she shits, but in an endearing way.
Seems like a fun guy. So you got a cold butthole about it.
A little bit.
And have you ever shit in front of a room full of people before, ever?
No.
I love that you're thinking at all.
Well, no. But me and my best friend will send pictures of, like, our longest poops. We'll text pictures to each other.
Oh, yeah. I did that. I took a shit at Jay's and I took a picture of it. It's still on my phone.
I'll be honest, I never like it. And
I was pretty proud of it.
I've had girls send it to me before as jokes, and I really don't like that.
Oh, no. Well, you didn't like it when I did it, but I was just saying, like, hey, look at that breach.
I swear to you, if you sent me a video of you taking the shit, I'd take that at least as like, well, you're showing me some nudity or something.
So you'd be cooler with me.
Just the presented log. It could be anybody's shit you're taking a picture of.
People are so weird about shit, man.
Yeah.
I was recently trying to come up with like a super original stunt. I just thought, man, like, what have we not done? And then it struck me that almost 20 years of Jackass, nobody ever took a shit on a fan. And I'm like, dude, this is,
like a spinning fan.
Right.
Not like a fan of the show.
Not someone who appreciates our art.
That's a real fan appreciation day.
Right. So I'm like, it's on. I'm doing this, and I got this fucking industrial fan, like metal blades. This thing is no joke. I took the cover off of it. I angled it right up. I did not shit for 3 days, dude, and that's a big deal. Like day 2 was like,
it was a problem. It was getting you were getting butt humidity.
It's fucking straight up clenching, dude. And so
you gotta distract yourself.
On day 3, I got fucking crew together, like, dude, it's the shit's gonna hit the fan, dude. It's going down, and I bought like 2 different kinds of laxatives, right? Like a jar of this shit. Like I consume more fucking laxatives than it can possibly be safe to consume. And I'm ready, dude. It's going down. And it's like the golden hour. It's perfect time. And so I got everybody around. There's more technology with GoPros attached.
Yeah.
And just like tripods, like this whole deal. My girl's got the shoulder rig, and so I practiced. I just peed on it, I just stood there and peed on it. It was fucking hilarious. This vertical shower of urine. I'm thinking this is going great. I'm thinking that pooping is going to be the same way. It's going to be the same fucking thing. Like, just because with all the laxatives, and it's just going to blast and be liquidy and come up, and I'm going to bend over, like take a step back and bend over, and stick my face in the fan. I'll come up looking like the guy from American Psycho. And
Patrick Bateman with the blood spatter.
You were at Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. It's the time is now, and here I go, and like everyone's just fucking ready, and I take this huge shit. It just never stopped, but this huge, and it didn't come up vertical like I thought. It just hit the fan, and flew sideways.
Oh, dude, what a great surprise for the crew.
Right, I got all these fucking people standing around there running for their lives.
Oh, that's great.
And it keeps coming. And my girl stood there and held the fuking camera steady, dude. Just shit flying at her.
Wait, she just stood in the pocket.
I knew I was going to ask her to marry me, man. She says on camera, in the footage, she goes, God, do I have shit in my vagina?
That's great.
Standing there wearing a miniskirt. But dude, the footage, do
you think the shit was too heavy? Do you think if you would have gone day 2, it might have been a lighter shit?
I don't know, dude. If there's a way to make it like liquidy, that would have been the ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do. There's something you can take, I think, to make it more liquid. But here's the thing. I shot that, as something to include in this special I just filmed. But people did not react. They're like, dude, that's too much,
What? Really?
Two things struck me about that. One, that your chick is so cool, and you're so cool with her, and so secure in yourself, that you will try to take a 3-day watery shit in a fan in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would be like, that's the death sentence for me and Christine's relationship. She sees me shit into a fan. I would think it's over. And 2, I was hoping when you were saying all the laxative you took that you bent over, and instead it all came out in like one thick ball, and it was like, they have the machines that like fire footballs at people.
Yeah.
Like you put it in, it's like roofed a log of shit, like a fucking block away.
He went to
My house, I did it in the front yard of my house. My house is speckled with shit. Like I love it. I fucking love it. It's got it's like white, like whatever, like it's concrete or something, you know? And like there's shit sprayed all along the whole fucking front of my house, and I'm never gonna...
What did you do with the fan?
I actually have it in the garage. I'm considering framing it. Except the footage is just, like, now that's gonna be, like, for the next, you know, act or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just sitting on this great footage, but nobody likes looking at shit. That's the problem.
What is the color of it?
I showed it to this guy at Showtime, you know, because I had a great experience with Showtime for my first special. And I was saying, because there's so much dick and, like, there's drugs and, like, all this, like, there's a lot of heavy, like, disturbing footage. And I'm like, oh, with standards and practices, you think that, you know, there's too much dick? And he's like, oh, dude, dick's the least of what I'd be worried about for our standards and practices. And he said the number one concern was the fan.
The shit with the fan.
Shitting on the fan, dude.
Sorry about the wet pussy, Candace.
How is that not appropriate, but the outhouse scene in Jackass?
Right.
Like, what's
That's
the difference?
That's a great question.
Answer them. Answer Showtime. We want your answers.
I think here's the problem. You see it coming out of my asshole.
Oh.
I bet you that is the problem.
But that's what gets Jay on board.
Actually coming out of my asshole. I got a little self-conscious when I looked at the,
how your butt looks with poop coming out?
The GoPro. It was like,
do you want your butt open?
See my butt? Like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to see my butt look like that. My actual butt.
No.
It's like,
then you reverse it. It looks like your ass can swallow huge logs of shit.
It looks like it's eating spaghetti.
I was like, dude, there's something wrong with my butthole, man.
Like, yeah, you know, dude. There's no way I'd want to see my butt poop.
Like, your butthole must there's like it's like a little wrapper that kind of comes around the shit.
Yeah.
It opens like Predator's mouth.
What the hell are you?
Yeah, the vampires in Blade. Remember the bottom like open?
Yeah, the quad mouth.
I know. And then I was like, dude, I don't want anybody else editing this footage. I don't want anyone seeing my butthole turning inside out.
That's what a great thing to get self-conscious about.
It's just my life, gaping butthole.
Yeah, that's just what you walk around. Do you do a lot of scenes where you have gaping buttholes filmed?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ever self-conscious about it?
No.
Are you ever like, guys, my butthole's gaping too much this scene?
No, I think they like the bigger it gets, the better. So
they like the bigger. Do you have to do like a cool-off day of like a heel day?
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where I go to the bank right after the scene, and I'm standing there, and my butthole, like, I can't stop farts, and I'll let go, like, a 10-second fart, and there's, like, lube coming out and stuff, and you just have to carry on your life with, like, farts and lube for, like, a day.
Wait, so you just, like, cough, your butt's just coughing up lube? It's like,
yeah.
Small price, I say.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's like when boxers just hear that ringing sound for, like, 2 days after a fight. They're like, I'm okay. I just got rocked. That guy was a hard hitter.
Everything's fine.
Should you just be at the bank and you just fart up lube?
It was, yeah, after one of my first anal scenes, like, cause your butt's all stretched out, so you can't, like, hold in the farts.
Yeah.
And I was just standing in front of the teller, but there was, like, the glass thing, so I'm like, hopefully she doesn't hear it.
Are you curious about your butthole's capacity? Or do you know it?
You know,
have you reached, like, have you bottomed out where you're like, there it is. There's the ceiling.
She goes, oh, there, right there. We found it. Mark it.
Got the foundation.
That's the groundwork.
There hasn't been a cock I can't take, but they ask if I want to do double anal, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, good, yeah. No.
Like, I want to be able to hold my poop in when I'm
right?
Save something for marriage.
Yeah.
Wait, when you say capacity, it's not a question of how much can it fit. It's just like, at which point do you get injured, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a point, yeah.
Right.
Where that dick's too big. I mean, they do things with fisting and, like, in pussies and assholes.
Prolapse, where the whole thing
the red sock?
But I'm even saying, you see sometimes they put a fist in and they make, like, the stomach move. Like it's so in there.
No, thank you.
I have a buddy of mine that said he was, like, taking a dump, like, just, like, really pushing to take a shit, and then somehow his whole asshole just came out.
He just fucking completely lost his whole asshole?
Shit his asshole out.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you, the part that would scare me...
Like, it was on the ring, like in a ring.
He's like, well, he's all freaked out. I'm like, I'm almost thinking, like, why are you telling me this, dude?
Dude, the part that would freak me out is when I'd be like, oh, that didn't feel right, and then you reach under, and you're like, oh, it's all out. At the outside... Inside's on the outside.
Do you leave it hanging out and run to the hospital, or do you try to just stuff it back in?
I do it like when you're making your bed. You know, you stand up with the sheet, where I just stand up quick and sit down to hope it catches like a blanket on a mattress. I'm like, huh? Ha! Nope, still out.
If I keep it tucked in my butt crack, no one can tell.
Yeah.
That's when you stay put and get on WebMD.
Yeah, you go, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Fucking WebMD is still going to tell you it's cancer.
Yeah,
that's probably cancer.
They go, that's throat cancer.
Everything can be cancer.
It's an open butt. It's an open hanging butt.
Candace was so what she agreed to do, was put to enema fluid in her butt that she tells me is anal sex scene ready clean.
I didn't say that, but...
Oh, there you go. Now we're getting brass tacks.
I said it would be clean.
Well,
I didn't have the full
just
30
to know
minutes
standards and
that I
practices.
usually do.
You usually do it's a 30-minute process?
20 to 30 minutes to make sure you're completely clean.
To clean it out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
It's like when I clean my pipes, when I'm smoking weed, and you go, you just blow through it, and you go, that's really good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah. You're saying you didn't boil it. You just kind of blew it out.
Yeah. Did you just stick a poker in there and then just blow it through with a match?
Basically, yeah.
So it's a 30-minute process usually for anal sex.
Just keep refilling your enema with water, squirt it in, poop it out in the toilet until the water's like clear for a couple times.
So an enema to you is just fucking, that's just a Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is just a hump day.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done any kind of, films with farting and stuff like that in it?
Hilarious films. Have you done any really funny movies?
I've interviewed a few girls that have actually done the videos where she said they squirt air up your ass and then you push it back out. It's not real, everyone, turns out.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Bullshit.
I don't want to live in a world where fart porn is fake.
I queef a lot during scenes.
Do you?
On command?
No, just after a doggy when like a bunch of air is pushed in there.
Oh, yeah. When you get air stuff?
Or like when I'm pushing the cum out, it's like...
I always think that happens.
We can isolate that, can't we, Lou?
Pushing the cum out. So, like, this whole cream pie business, like, what's going on there?
So when a man and a woman love each other.
I understand, but are you on the pill, or like, there's not a concern about like maybe I'm going to get pregnant?
I'm on the pill, but I think some performers aren't, and I don't know why, because that's just crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. But you can just push it out. So you want to
Dan uses sponges.
Yeah,
are vasectomies pretty popular in the porn world?
Who?
Vasectomies.
Antonio Vasectomies. He's a new male star.
I don't know.
It's got a real heavy hand.
Yeah. Antonio Vasectomies.
I think there's a lot of dumb girls in the porn industry.
There's a lot of what?
Dumb girls.
Who aren't on the pill.
Do you not get along with a lot of girls in the business?
I do. I just don't know many of them. I haven't done a lot of girl, so.
You keep your click tight?
Girl, man. What a waste of time.
For porn?
Yeah.
I agree. I gotta say.
There's an old joke of mine. It was, that girl on girl porno, it's like a skateboarding video with nothing but ramps and nobody riding them.
Yeah, this is half pipe. You go, yeah.
It's all unscratched itches.
Yeah. It's just a 14-minute unitched scratch scene.
Do you prefer a lesbian scene or a guy scene?
I prefer dick.
Yeah.
I'm not really into the pussy. Like,
you gotta have dick, or there's nothing to relate to.
Yeah. How are you going to captivate the viewer?
Yeah.
Look at this guy's enormous black dick. How do you relate to that?
Yeah.
Right, that's true. That's why I always liked little dick porn.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this guy would be blown away by me. Yeah. Move over, tiny.
Our mousy producer is frantically texting. He goes, she can't animate the studio. Oh. You guys are only there as guests.
Jacob, I love that you're freaking out in New York right now.
Hey, dude, here's the thing. They can't do this.
It's too late. Wait, she's putting the entire microphone inside of her.
Yeah. Now listen.
I like, full disclosure, like, I'm glad that that's the case, because I don't want to have to go home and explain to my girl, oh yeah, I was just like in the studio with the porn star and sticking things up her butt. Like, yeah. My girl would be bummed on that.
Well, there you go.
Really?
I think so.
You're in a position now where you can't even, like, if you went to a strip club or something, would that matter?
I mean, I wouldn't care to go to a strip club.
I'm not into strip clubs at all either, but I was saying, if I went, I wouldn't be like, shit, Christine's gonna be, I would just be like, we mean the guys are going to strip.
Too permissive.
You're too permissive. Yeah, you're a latchkey kid's mom.
And it's not that there's any way that she's gonna like inhibit me or what I do.
Sure.
But it's just like, oh, she's gonna be like, oh, so you were, you know. Like,
yeah, a girl had an open butthole near you.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You should be upset. You're gonna be her husband.
I'm not.
She's taking poop in the pussy for you.
I don't feel bad about being sensitive to that.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
But you also have had, like, you can, when you know you're going to settle down, you can settle down because you, at one point, I mean, it was raining pussy on you guys. I mean, the whole crew, so you probably you sowed your oats like a motherfucker, where that's almost old news now.
Yeah, I went to sex addict rehab.
Oh, man. You gotta cool your dick down that way. That's a cool way to cool down. I get so much pussy, it's a problem. It's a problem in my life.
When I first got into doing stand-up, like, one of my first gigs, I was like, man, yeah, dude, like, in the green room with, like, the comes like, fuck, dude, I'm just really trying not to get my dick sucked. And they're like, fuck you, dude.
What a great thing to complain about. You're like, I almost have too much money. It's like, I don't know what to do with it. And they're like, I can't pay my rent. And you're like, I mean, it's like, I guess I just go hide it in the woods. Just go dig holes in the woods.
In 2005, Steve-O only drank Gatorade from porn star bottles.
Yeah. He goes, that's how I actually refueled after a night of drinking. Well, I'll tell you what, next time we're going to have you in studio. Because we have to leave right now, but we're going to clear it with Sirius, so our mousy producer Jacob can't cockblock us.
He is wigging hard right now. Your butthole lives another day. And believe me, we all wanted to see how enormous your butthole was. I'm speaking for myself, but I believe everyone. Huh?
Search it on the internet. I mean,
by the way, I don't know if you
what do they search?
Bird's eye view for your butthole. She was very excited to see your butthole.
Yeah.
Jacob fucking ruined everything.
Great job. Steve-O, thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
I fucking love you, man. Great to see you.
Yeah, Big J, man, fucking love you, bro.
If you're floating around tomorrow, come by the Comedy Store, the main room at 8 o'clock. We're doing the Legion of Skanks live show. It's a comedy show. You can jump on if you want to do it.
Okay.
Yep. Main room tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We're doing it. So we're having a bunch of guests come in and stop by. Whenever you come on, you can go on.
Let me see what's going on, man. Like, let's hit each other up on the text.
Absolutely, dude. I love you. Candace, plug all your stuff.
Candace, plug your website.
Get it? Plug it.
You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Candace Dare, and my Instagram is at The Real Candace Dare.
The Real Candace Dare.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Could you show Christine your butthole? Would you mind? Christine really wanted to see your butthole.
She's sitting on the ground.
She's playing coy now, but she goes, Christine just went, she goes, you can still show your butthole. I don't know why she couldn't do that.
We'll be back in New York next Monday.
Got fun Lost Tapes tomorrow.
Great Lost Tapes. Gets real fucking deep and sad, so get ready. But then it gets funny again.
White Lou's White Lou.
Oh, White Lou is White Lou, and fuck, we find out a lot. But thanks for listening. At the Bonfire, SXM, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that shit. We love you guys. We'll be back home next week. Crackle, crackle. Have a good weekend.